figure it all out. But at any rate, it's great to meet you, and I would love to begin our conversation before we get into your work of motivating people and being that kind of a guru by asking, 4 years ago we were trying to figure out how we were going to get through the pandemic, how long it was going to last. Ultimately, how did you get through that time period, and how did it influence the way that you do things now?
Well, it was an interesting time when the pandemic started. Um, I think all of us felt it, and we're still feeling it. Actually, I think that we're not out of the woods yet. So the impact was so profound. In my case, I was working, and I am still working actually in a family-owned business. Um, and the business was related to people actually coming physically to Silicon Valley. Executives from all over the world would come to Silicon Valley and we would do executive education uh, programs for them. So when pandemic started, that business stopped, right? Nobody was coming, nobody was hosting. So that had a profound impact. And So we were sitting in Silicon Valley in this super expensive house, looking at our business going down the drain. I was like, what are we doing here? So for me, it was actually a good opportunity to untether. So I actually moved to Bali. Serendipitously, it wasn't very well planned. It was supposed to be for a year and lasted 3 years. And it also gave me an opportunity to stop and look around and see what I want to do next. So the business since then picked up. So that's good. It survived and now it's thriving. But I am also pivoting into what I experienced throughout these pandemic times for myself and for my colleagues and for my family and for my friends. The kind of a cycle of burnout and how to get out of that burnout. So that's my passion now and my mission now to help people get out of burnout and create harmony in their life. So I have my personal experience, I have my background in psychology, I've had my background in business that allows me to do that with authority and impact. So that's my stories. And the pandemic, as you know, actually accentuated all those issues that we had before when people found themselves kind of stuck in the houses and stuck overall, not just houses, and brought up so many issues like what is it for? What am I here for? What's my purpose in life? Right. And so on and so forth. Am I in the right career? Am I in the wrong career? And a lot of that was really kind of brought up and triggered by the pandemic situation. Does that make sense, Neon?
Yeah, makes total sense. So I want to further that notion, and I'm going to put you in front of a bunch of third graders at career day. And to get to the heart and soul of what you do on a daily basis, one of the kids asks, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" How do you answer that child?
Mm-hmm. So I share my experience. Most of the time, that's what I do. I share my experience. I provide information in different formats, in the formats of interviews like this, in the formats of work, uh, was it master classes and workshops, and I organize retreats for people who kind of want to accelerate that path from burnout to harmony. So that's what I do, and I learn. I learn. So I learn and I share information.
So, what did you want to be when you were in the third grade? What was your dream?
I wanted to be an actress and a singer. So that was my passion. Music is my passion. I finished the musical school and actually picked up that passion recently. I'm writing songs now and about to launch the first one in the next 4 to 5 weeks. I'm very excited about that. It really gives me a sense of fulfillment. It brings me joy. It kind of, stirs my creative juices. So that's interesting that I did go back to that passion that I had when I was in third grade to create music, to to practice music, to listen music, to live with music. And then out of high school, I decided I wanted to be a psychologist. So I followed that passion too. And I became a psychologist. I got my PhD in psychology, and I worked a very short period of time in psychology and burned out very quickly, actually. So that's how I learned about the burnout for the first time and decided to pivot into a corporate career. So most of my career actually spent in Silicon Valley in high tech industry, kind of utilizing my gifts and a passion in some way or another. But then, kind of coming full circle now into the psychology and leveraging my psychology background and learnings and academic background to really kind of follow a new purpose now.
Yeah. So who's been a hero for you? Who's been an inspiration for you in your life?
Well, there's so many. So I inspired by people who act fearlessly. So that's the inspiration. I know that I had my past chartered. Kind of, I wanted to check all the check boxes, go to school, go to good college, get a good job, get a house, so on and so forth. But I'm inspired by people who charted their own course fearlessly. And did not follow that prescription and that route. And I met a lot of them when I lived in Bali for the last 3 years. I'm really amazed how some of the people, in their 30s and 20s, how they approach life, how they make their choices, um, and how those choices and those motivations are different from mine when I was in my 20s and 30s. So does that answer your
Yeah, it
question?
100% answers my question. So I'm curious if you could meet one person alive on the planet right now that you find interesting or fascinating, who would that be? Who would you love to spend time with?
Yes. So I actually answered that question a couple of times, so I know what I want to say. I'd love to talk to someone like Pablo Picasso. So
Oh,
that's a yeah. So that's a person who definitely charted his own course, right? And had a completely different take on art, on life choices. So that would be a fantastic person to meet.
so what is your motivation? You're changing lives, you're helping clients in big ways. What is that that gets you up every day and motivates you to do that and to also hold enough back to evolve as a person yourself?
So that does motivate me, kind of servicing people this way. I know that I got support when I was in a similar situation that was life changing. So I encourage other people to look for support, whether it's a mentor or coach or whoever that provides that kind of external validation and help and support to move forward. So that excites me. It excites me to share my knowledge, to share my experience, excites me to see the impact. Uh, it excites me when their eyes light up. It's like, oh, I did not think of it this way. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try this, and it excites me that I can see results. So,
So, what has been one of your favorite client success stories so far?
client success stories. Well, I actually like to the client success story. When I start working with people, they're usually to the point where they're kind of desperate. So they're to the point like if I do this one more day in my life, um, I'm going to kill myself, right? So I'm exaggerating, but it's like I cannot take it anymore, right? So I'm ready to quit whatever it is. I'm ready to quit my job because I cannot take it anymore. I'm ready to quit my relationship. I'm ready to quit this and that. So what excites me actually to see and unwrap um, what is it that really brings that sense of despair. And usually it's not really jobs. A lot of people I work with, they do pursue their passion, they love their job. At the end of the day, once we remove all the noise and all the all the unhealthy stuff that's wrapped around that. So what my favorite success stories is that are when I call it productive happiness, right? So when we actually take controlled approach to that. What is it that you don't like? And we take it step by step by step. And it turns out that the core of the things that they do, the relationships are really healthy relationships, and the job is really a job that they like and that they can grow with. So we don't need to completely uh, what is it? Completely explode everything in life, but take control approach, conscious approach. I really like when people come back to me and say, so one of the first things that we do, for example, we talk about self-care, right? So it's a very simple practice, not easy, but simple. And when they start seeing results, literally in a couple of days, oh, I took, 3 steps toward my self-care today, and I see results. So that's kind of the favorite success
Yeah.
story when it happens in a controlled way, when people kind of become practicing, when they start approaching the happiness and harmony as a practice, not as another achievement and as a notch in the belt. Like, oh, now I'm happy, great.
Yeah.
What's next? But really start practicing it and start seeing the results. And the most important part is that once you make the changes for yourself, um, other people around you actually start mirroring those changes. So literally, you're creating your own environment. You're literally creating the life that you love. You literally, you actually, see people that you like, and you see actions that you like, and those changes start trickling down. So you basically create your own universe.
So of all the things that you've done in your life and your career and evolved into, what are you the proudest of?
All of it, all of it. I approach each and every experience in my life as a learning lesson. So I cannot remove anything out of it, and I don't want to add anything to it, especially in the past. So everything really provided me to with the experience and lessons and learning opportunities and growth opportunities to be where I am. So I'm in the best place ever in my life, and I'm sure that there is better things to come going forward. So that's my personal approach to all that, and I'm proud of each and every step that I took, no matter how it felt in the moment.
So, Victoria, at the end of the day, everyone has a perception of you, family, friends, clients, but you run the show. What's your perception of you? Who do you think you are?
I am. Oh, that's a deep question. I
Yeah.
don't know how to answer that.
I guess it's all about
I, yeah.
perception. You know, we all have these perceptions, but you're the one that's leading the march.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I'm a human being enjoying my experience as a human being.
I like it. So, if anyone out there wants to hire you, reach out, learn more, where's the best place to go?
The best place is to find me is on LinkedIn, Victoria Mensch, and you can see all the things that I work on and all the offers that I have. You can book an appointment and we can talk about you and explore how you can get from burnout to harmony. And I also run retreats, as I mentioned. So if you're interested in that, you can find that on my LinkedIn account as well. The next one is in October in Bali. After that one, we'll have another one in April for personal growth and personal transformation. So that's a fantastic experience as well.
Excellent. Victoria, this has been wonderful. Thank you so much. Keep doing the great work out there.
Thank you very much, Neil. Thank you for having me.
You bet. Have a great day.